going to do eagle. And to do eagle pose, I'm going to do the... I have a person in mind. Kathy, would you come join me to do eagle pose? Okay, we're going to show you some particulars about eagle pose in the Y4C methodology. And I love eagle pose because it also demonstrates some of the science behind yoga that we often don't put a lot of focus on. So I think it's really important. We'll start with the legs first of all, Kathy. Come and stand between your blocks. And yeah, make sure that the feet are right underneath your hips. And we're going to use our magic buttons again. Okay? So we're going to press down on into the magic buttons and see how the heart comes in front of the nose. That's chair pose, and that's where we want to see ourselves. Now, when you release the magic buttons, you can place your hands to the side or wherever. I like to place them on my hips. And let's start with the right leg. And bring the right leg over and put it on the block. Okay. Why should you have one? Okay, good. Now, where's your heart right now? Your heart is coming to me, and your nose is behind it. And this is what we call chair pose. Okay? Now, what we're going to do here is just warm up for eagle pose. One of the most powerful poses in yoga. And everybody thinks that because they're a beginner, they can't do it, but they can. And they get all the benefits. So I'm going to inhale and come up just a little bit. Exhale, I'm going to push my right thigh into my left thigh really strongly. And feel those hip creases getting really, really tight. Inhale, I'm going to release that. So what we're doing here in eagle pose is using the squeeze and soak technique that was created by, or labeled by Mr. Iyengar. So inhales up, exhales down. That's a little bit of a vinyasa too, changing in our position. Inhale up, we're working with the breath, and exhaling down. And then come all the way up on your inhale and release that right leg. And come to stand. Good. Okay, so let's quickly do the other side so you don't get imbalance. So I like to push into my magic buttons again. Hips come forward, booty goes back, okay, and then take the left leg now and cross it over the right. Good. And you feel secure there too, right? Okay. All right. Now, as we inhale, we come up a little bit, and the exhale squeezes everything together, pushing that left thigh into the right thigh as much as it's comfortable. Inhale up, and exhale, squeeze. Now, on the next breath, we're going to come all the way. Okay, good. So that's eagle legs. Really important for the squeezing and soaking of the lymphatic system in our lower extremities and in all those abdominal organs. Now we're going to use the arms. And as we frequently
pause for a second. Can you just do one version facing us with the arms and the legs? Can you face with? I love what you guys are doing, but can you face me? Because you don't get the actual side thing, so you guys we can.
But do you want me to be in front of her?
No, just off to the side a little bit, however you want to be. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. You are doing great.
Okay. Can I angle just a little bit?
Yeah.
So I can. Okay.
And it's okay to look toward you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, she's looking at me rather than the camera.
Yeah, don't look at the camera. This is all of it. Yeah.
Okay, so Kathy, what we're going to do is start with our chair pose using our magic buttons. Placing the hands on the thighs. Press down, sink the hips, and bring the navel forward. Beautiful. Then we'll start with the right leg. We'll take the right leg over onto the block on the other side. Press into that block. Good. Inhale, come up a little bit. Exhale. exhale and press that right thigh into the left thigh. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. And the heart is right in front of that nose the whole time. Inhale, up. And exhale, deep exhale. We're squeezing the lymph nodes and channels in our lower extremities. Inhale, come up. And release that leg. And that's where the soak happens, in our squeeze and soak. Okay, let's do the left side. So magic buttons, press down, hips come forward, and bring the left leg over. Good. And it's nice and secure on that block, right? You feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Let it sink down on that out breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Full breaths. Now inhale up. And the exhale presses that left thigh into the right. And now, maybe you can add a little drama into it and come up to stand. Very good. Okay, so the arms. We have to do eagle arms. What are eagle arms? I don't even, but there's some magic in the eagle arms because they also work with the lymph system and the respiratory system. So we get a lot of pumping of that lymph fluid through the body. So, and there is some muscular opening too that happens across the chest if we do it right. So we're going to bring our palms up, open those palms out, thumbs go back, and then exhale and bring your right arm over your left arm to start with. Okay, so I'm squeezing as much as I can in my armpits where I have many nodes and lymph canals. I'm going to bring the back of my hands together. Oh, Kathy has a nice eagle position here. No need to make that whole double wrap. Right here is what we want, and some people have a difficulty doing that, so I encourage them to cross at the forearms rather than bring the back of the hands together. But the effect of either position is going to have is that we're going to press those back of the hands together. And when you do that, what happens to my chest? You feel how the chest gets broader? I mean, in order to do that, I have to use some muscles on my back body. Okay, and that is the effect that we want. Not only to stretch across the chest, tighten our shoulder blades on our back, but it squeezes the arms into the armpits. And in doing that, we are also doing Mr. Iyengar's squeeze and soak. Okay, good. All right, now, I want to just release those arms for just a minute, and we're going to add the legs in. Okay, so let's actually start with the legs so that we feel solid in our base. Okay, turning the palms out and placing them on your magic buttons, sink the hips down, and do the right leg over the left leg. Wait a minute, I'm going to do my right leg too. Good. All right, so the legs are done. I'm going to put the arms in there as the legs stay nice and solid. You feel solid there? Yeah. Okay. Now, inhale, open the palms out, and we're going to cross our left arm over our right arm. Give ourselves a hug, and then bring the back of the hands together. Okay, now, inhale, I come up out of my legs and lift my arms up. Exhale, I pull everything into my navel. Inhale, coming up. So it's the respiratory system here that's working with all of our muscles and bones in order to squeeze and soak the lymphatic system in our whole body. Nice. And then maybe the little drama here as we come up and out of it and swing those arms wide and open. Good. All right, I think we feel like you need to do